Welcome to episode 12 of Noob Show.
Is it 12 already? Damn.
It's been just about 12 weeks. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Face pillow.
Frakes, grab your vape pillow, please, so we don't have to hear it.
I think I can. Tell me if this is better.
Yeah,
Those pants.
is great
All right,
for an
Frank.
audio show.
Now, Frakes, do it for the audience, so they know what to listen for. No, just if y'all ever hear this because I miss it, you can say thank you to Frakes.
Yeah.
Dumb fucking vapor.
I can barely hear it there, but it comes loud and clear on the Audacity. It's like,
Yeah.
Well,
and I was sitting further away from the mic too, so I'm much closer with this new setup. But yeah, those are a pair of sweatpants.
That's
I'm
not even a
not gonna
pillow.
ask.
He's just breathing into sweatpants, so
Are they
that
clean?
your job is easier to edit.
Are they clean sweatpants?
Oh,
mean-
that's one of the questions.
Oh,
Ish.
Oh.
it has sweat in the name.
And,
Lord. So how are you all doing? Everybody feeling great? Doing well? I haven't seen you
Good.
guys in like a week.
yeah, man. I've been off for 4 days. I'm feeling good. Well, sort of. I go
That's
back to work
right.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Fun stuff.
I'm about to be off for 4 days in a row because I'm by the way, everything I say on this podcast is allegedly and won't be happening. I scheduled my first mushroom trip.
Wow.
Fun.
Really?
You're gonna like that. You've never done mushrooms before?
No.
You're going to D.C.?
They are.
Yeah, I'm going to Oregon where it's legal.
It's legal
Right,
in
right.
D.C.
That's all
now, too.
hypothetical.
Well, no, medical shrooms are legal in DC.
It's going to help cure my depression. That's why I'm going.
Well, it's good for depression. It's good for PTSD. It's good for a lot of mental issues that
Can be good.
can be good. Yes,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah,
It is good.
potentially good.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get my brother to take them because he suffers from combat stress as a veteran.
Does it only work while you're on the effects of it, or is it...
No.
Well, no,
I've heard it has lingering effects afterwards. A lot of people, I mean,
for about
Frank,
a week. Yeah.
you know more than I do. I hear people microdose it, like they take a little
Mhm.
piece of it a day, and it's just
When I dropped a big chunk of change on some and allegedly crossed state borders with it to bring it back to my home, I was allegedly pinching off just like a dime-sized piece of the stem. Just the stem. No, stem is for baseline. Cap is for fun. So you just take a chunk off of the stem, and it's an immediate mood enhancer. But it doesn't like, ooh, I'm tripping balls. It's just, I feel a little better. It's like popping antidepressant that works immediately.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
Again,
just
don't.
do that a lot.
Noob Show is not advocating the use of drugs, by the way.
No, just natural medicines.
Yeah, or we're not advocating for that, but just
I am,
But-
but I'm not a part of the show officially. I don't think.
I mean, it's Noob's show, so...
It's Noob Show. It's not my show.
Just-
I'm just
just
here.
suck
So as
it
a
on those-
guest with no affiliation to a company, I will say that as someone who took shrooms in college for fun, in my older life, I still try to do them like once, maybe twice a year, because I feel like it gives my brain a fart,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel a weight lifted the following few weeks. I've only ever had a bad trip on LSD, but never on shrooms.
See, this is what I find interesting too, because honestly, this past couple weeks I've learned about psychedelics, and usually some people that prefer mushrooms don't like LSD, and people that prefer LSD don't like mushrooms. They usually have one they prefer. What I've seen, at least.
Yeah, I've come across good LSD in recent years, and it's nice. The thing that I always preferred about mushrooms is that sometimes over the course of a night, your scene could change when you're tripping on mushrooms, and you realize as a human being you've had enough. And on shrooms, I can go, I'm going to sleep now, and I do.
Yeah.
And I wake up the
Yeah.
next day and everything's fine. with LSD, there's that chemical that just goes, nah, you're not going to sleep now. You're going to stay up for another 4 hours and dissect what the System of a Down song means until it makes you feel crazy. And then you'll see that the sun's coming up and you realize it's not 6 p.m., it's 6 a.m. And while you
got to be at work in 2 hours.
You got to be at work in a few hours. So that's the only reason I don't like the LSD.
Yeah. No.
Now, I've never actually had that issue. I have had I'm going to dissect this thought or dissect this show until the point of insanity. Mm-hmm. Usually, I was just watching anime with it. And that's fun. But I've never had a problem falling asleep on it. I was like, well, I'm tired now. And I would just go lay down and have some really vivid, phenomenal dreams. Mm-hmm. I have more trouble falling asleep on marijuana than I did on LSD.
Whoa, are you okay, man?
No, probably not.
I used to smoke weed daily. It's how I got the nickname Toker, obviously.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked a bowl in months now. I'm not against it or anything. It's not the, it's why I don't know why weed's illegal. Because it's not like something where I was like, oh, I've got to give this up. I got to quit doing this. It's ruining my life. I just one day went, I hadn't smoked a bowl in 4 days. I didn't even realize I'd slowed down. And now it's just, every once in a while I'll smoke a bowl. Or I really like CBD from time to time now. That's more preferred for me. It keeps me more active.
I've been thinking about dabbling in CBD whenever things are going, like, when stuff feels overwhelming or if I feel like I'm on the verge of anxiety. I'll be honest, though. This past week, since I have taken control of my space here and rearranged it the way I wanted it to.
It's huge.
Oh my God, it's so huge. Yeah, I feel like I first moved in last Friday, as opposed to I'm just crashing at somebody's house. This is my house now, my space.
You say that, and I know exactly what you mean, because where I'm living at now, before the bathroom was fixed, I just had a giant hole in the floor, and I lived here for a year like that. And I was like,
just shitting in a hole in the floor.
No, I had a toilet, but they had to redo
a hole in the floor.
The people who were living here before me, the shower was cracked, so they decided to keep showering and rotted the floor out in both bathrooms. Yeah. So I had to go next door to my grandmother's to take a shower every time. But
our lives are very similar, noob. Very similar. I lived in a trailer out in Cross for 7 years. It was a trailer that was made in the 1950s.
Oh my God!
And it still had the fuse box was bulb fuse. If that tells you anything.
Oh wow!
And the shower, there was no floor under the shower. There were 3 cinder blocks under the trailer that held the shower up to floor level.
See, when you say there's no floor in the shower, I like to think you're holding onto a rope.
It just swings. You just swing through the water.
Oh God, I missed it. Now I got to go back through to get the shampoo out of my hair.
It was a bunch of cinder blocks and boards that kept the tub kind of in place. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yours was arguably a worse place, but you went to the house that I was living at before.
The one that you recently moved out of? Well, I say recently, you've been gone for almost 2 years now, right?
No, just 1 year.
1 year.
Miss you,
Frakes. It's only been 1 year. I know it feels like forever without my presence, but
wishing it was longer, I guess.
But like the floor had soft spots in it, and it was like sloped. If you've ever been to one of those illusion houses, those houses of mysteries where you can stand at one end and stand at the other end, and it looks like one person's really big and one person's really small.
Yeah,
that's what my bedroom was like. I had to angle my bed so that I didn't roll off one way or the other, because the slope in the floor was so much that I noticed it while I slept, because the house was sinking.
Was it a house or was it a trailer?
It was a house.
Oh, a house.
Yeah.
That was sinking into the swamp.
Yeah.
And it also was built in the 50s. Instead of like actual insulation, it had cardboard insulation.
Huh.
I got to visit Noob's house this week. And
You got to see my couches.
I got to see the camo couches, and I got to say, I think we've unfairly painted a picture of Noob's house.
Thank you.
It's more white trash than we thought?
No, it's less. Like, it was very clean. It was nice. I envisioned his computer desk surrounded by garbage that he reached to put notes on. It was literally just one tiny piece of cardboard that came off a pizza box. So that was just, I'd like to get it out there and say, if I helped paint the wrong picture of his home, I was wrong. He's still a very weird and strange person, but his house isn't nearly as bad as I might have made it sound at some points.
Look, I try to live clean.
Yeah, I was going to say, knowing Noob as much as I do, I know he's weird. He's out there. He's an odd duck.
Oh.
But he's not a dirty duck.
Well,
he hasn't shown you enough videos.
I think Dirty Duck may be the name.
Get your pizza box and write that down.
I don't mean dirty duck as in perverted or gross. I mean like dirty as in living in squalor and filth.
No, I don't want to live like that. I like 2 shows I cannot watch is Hoarders and My 600-Pound Life.
Yep, thank you.
Those shows make me sick. I cannot.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel better about my life by watching someone else's who is just in utter shambles. That's not me.
Anybody can get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Never say never. You can. It's just...
Oh, dude, I vacuumed my floor for the 2nd time since I moved because I got that couch out and it was just like depression went off my shoulders. And I was like, I'm going to vacuum this goddamn carpet. I'm going to clean out this bookshelf that's just been storing a bunch of receipts and shit in it. Oh, look, here's my insurance paperwork from before I got this job.
The more I learn about depression stuff and stuff like that, people say the best way they found to get out of it, I'm not a doctor, but just do things you don't want to do. Clean your dishes.
Wait, you're not a doctor?
He's Dr. Field.
Why are we talking to you every week?
Seriously.
Yeah, I thought this was my therapy session.
But, I mean, just do things you don't want to do. Go take that shower. Go brush your teeth. You'll feel
change
better.
Your sheets. Take a shower and change your sheets. And it's like taking drugs, man. When you go to lay down in bed, you're just like, oh, I'm so clean. I'm so clean and the bed's clean and I don't feel gross and nasty.
Time to masturbate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to.
Give yourself a tummy.
Well, you gotta have a little happy towel.
Oh.
Happy towel? That might be the name too. Happy.
So many.
I'm 2 for 2. What do y'all got? Y'all ain't got nothing on
Yeah,
me.
Matt, you've been quiet as fuck. Say something.
Well, I've been trying. Y'all been nonstop.
Matt doesn't have a shitty house to talk about.
I don't have much
How's
to say
it feel
about
to be talked over every time you try to talk?
those things. But
hey, Matt, suck my dick.
Shut the fuck up, Frakes.
Universe.
No, I have lived in shitty places when I was younger, just because I left home early. But
you talked about it before. I believe it.
You live with people or wherever you can for a couple years. Some shitty places. I had a girlfriend one time that she didn't have a door in her house because her and her brother fought all the time, and freaking every door in the house had holes in it or was just gone.
Oh yeah, nothing says I love you like punching a hole in a cheap cardboard and wood door.
There was a girl I dated one time that her dad would take the trash and he would chunk it out in the front yard, right? Like a bag of trash, I kid you not. And then when the pile got big enough, he had a tractor, and he would take a tractor and
dig a hole.
He would just dig a hole and then just push all that trash in the hole and push the dirt on top of it. So their entire, I kid you not, the whole front yard.
I was just making a joke.
No, it was a fucking landfill, dude.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
It absolutely is. I mean, there's a reason for it.
They were a mile off any road, and I think they owned the road that
I grew up.
This was North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that tracks.
Where I grew up with my dad, there was a guy that you could pay like $5 a month or something, and you could. He had one of those hidden landfills. You know, you just take your garbage to his house. He'd bury it on his property. I loved going there because we would go and it was like out in the middle of nowhere. It's just a huge heap of garbage, and we would take guns and shoot garbage and then go home. That was like a day event.
If you're lucky, you'll hit a hairspray can.
Well, yeah, the hairspray cans were fun to shoot at. My fondest memory of shooting guns at the hidden trash pile was there was an unbusted shower door, one of those sliding shower doors.
Oh.
And when I shot my .22 into it, it spider-webbed instead of breaking. So it was like plink, and little spider webs came off of it. And I shot at that door 5 or 6 times before it finally shattered completely. And that was a good day. Such a good day.
That's so much fun, but it is, yeah.
It really is.
Oh, destruction's great. That's us as a species. We love destroying shit.
Yeah, look at our planet. Hey, my dad.
Topical.
Our dad. We had a big glass plane table. And my dad was like, the point, we're getting rid of this piece of shit thing. I'm sick of it being in the house. It's heavy. It's annoying. It's just a fucking plate of glass we put on columns for a table. And he put it in the dumpster, and then we all took turns throwing a hammer at it, trying to break it. And when it did, it was so great.
Yeah, I mean, times have changed. The TV was a big, they were anti-TVs when I was in elementary school, primary school, real early. They wanted kids to not watch TV. That was melting your brain or whatever.
Rot your brain, all that crap.
4th grade, they brought a big TV, tube television, to our elementary school and laid it out on the playground with a tarp underneath it, and we all got to take turns hitting it with a bat.
What?
They took the screen out for our safety, but the rest of that was just children out there slamming an aluminum baseball bat into this television.
Not only did they take the screen out for safety, but those screens are remarkably hard to break with a baseball bat.
I don't think y'all could have, a bunch of 8th grade or 8-year-olds.
I think I was 14 or 15, and we threw away a TV, and I got to take a baseball bat to it. And I had to hit it 6 or 7 times before it'd break. I actually had to grab it by the head of it and office space it. Where he took the printer and shit and jammed the
knob.
God, I wish people could see your hand motions as you describe this. It's very provocative.
Well, I think we should start streaming these at least sometimes.
Sure.
I think it'd be fun.
Why not?
Yeah. What else is on our Twitch channel right now? Nothing. We could be doing this live and getting kicked off of Twitch.
Hour long. Well, hey, we're not showing nipples.
Yeah, but we just advocated for drugs and I don't know. I'm sure we.
I don't think
we did not advocate.
I'm sorry, we didn't. I did. That's a big difference.
No,
yeah.
And
point that out.
To be fair, we didn't know Noob wasn't a doctor until after we had that conversation.
Yeah, it's true.
That's when he
I thought this was covered under doctor-patient confidentiality.
Right. It was. Yeah, that was a shock to me, but
I'm gonna step back onto the drugs for a second. Can you believe that you cannot overdose on mushrooms and acid?
Yeah.
When I first found that, I was like, "Oh my god!" I thought you could,
You can think you're gonna die, and you can think you're seeing God, and He's like, "All right, come on home," and you're just like, "No, I'm good. I'm not. I'm good." And you can talk yourself back out of that headspace, but at the end, there's really very little adverse effects.
Don't get me wrong. You can feel like you need to climb a tree and fall out.
Mm-hmm.
That shit can happen, but mushrooms are fucking thousands of years people have been using them, and the last 100 now they're illegal.
Tens of thousands. Yeah. There was a frozen Neanderthal, and they found psilocybin in his belt pouch, along with a lot of other herbs and shit when he got frozen in a glacier. He was mummified with... I don't think it was Chedder Man. I think it was a different...
Sorry, the name Chedder Man.
He's from...
that
also might be a name. God damn it, Frakes. You're just doing it.
Cheddar Man is the guy who sold the Neanderthal the mushrooms, not the Neanderthals.
Cheddar Man he's like the oldest human Bretonian Neanderthal. Now, I don't even think he's a Neanderthal. I think he's a Homo sapien, but he is a preserved human, and he's the oldest one that we found of our particular
Why?
species.
Origins.
Why Cheddar
Yeah.
Man? Why did they? Why did I mean? Was
Probably
he,
because his skin looked like, you know, when you leave cheese out and it gets that skin on it.
Cheddar, is it Cheddar Britain, or there's like where cheddar comes from?
Oh, it's where
the
they found
country
it.
It's where they found it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'm glad they're not pretentious with their cheese. Like, oh, it's not Parmesan cheese unless it comes from the Reggiano part of Italy. Shut the fuck up.
Italy.
Italy?
Italy.
Italy.
You know,
I am
you know those
human.
Italy gangsters.
He's not a doctor. Leave him alone.
Not a doctor.
Yeah.
The only reason I'd want to get a doctorate is so I can put doctor in front of my name.
Yeah.
Is there a
Doctor,
doctor on this? Is there a doctor on this plane? Yes. Oh, I studied philosophy.
Oh, don't go philosophy. Go something real esoteric, like some dumb shit. I don't know, geology.
So,
I'm a doctor of rocks.
I'm a doctor of stenography.
Oh, I'm a doc. I could be Dr. Rock.
Dr. Rock. Hey kids, it's Dr. Rock. Thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about strata.
It might be a good way to get David Lee Roth on the show, though. He just see that name and show up.
David Lee Roth. Look, I'm trying to interview. I'm trying to not just do with you guys, because a friend of mine knows.
Because you've run out of stuff to talk to us about.
Well, no, a friend of mine knows like a shaman who specializes in, you know, psychedelic therapy.
Magic.
And I would love to magic. I would love to interview her.
Dude, see if you can't do Cambo.
What the hell's Cambo?
Cambo is poison dart frog venom that they burn on your skin, and you see ancient spirits, and they talk to you.
I'm a wait and see if my
Let's baby step him in a little there, Frakes. It's not
No,
just,
no.
oh, you want to do
Head
the
first.
poison dart frog. That's
Actually, yeah, no, you're right. You definitely need to baby step, because I jumped headfirst into DMT, and that was a mistake.
was it?
First off, oh my
like-
God.
like that was the first thing you did, psychedelic wise, was
Oh,
DMT?
no.
Oh,
No,
okay, that's
no.
what I was thinking. Is like, man, fuck mushrooms, fuck LSD. I'm going straight to DMT. I'm going to Joe Rogan land.
No, but what I mean is when I did DMT, it was like a pile of it in a bowl, and not just like a little bit like you're supposed to do. My buddy's like, "Oh no, we're gonna put 6 piles in this bowl, and you want to burn all of them in one hit." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds like a great idea." That was when on the 3rd hit of that, I heard the cop knock at the door, just boom, 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 boom from downstairs.
And, it was
And
Buddha and
immediately-
Jesus.
I came out of it, and I was like, it's the Black Hats. The government Black Hats are coming to get us. They're going to take us away because we're on the verge of understanding the true nature of reality. And I'm freaking out, and I'm crawling all over my buddy's upstairs floor, like peeking out the window. There's nobody at the door. There's nobody out the back door. And I'm like, what is happening? Where did those knocks come from? Is it in my head? And it was his fiance making guacamole. Trying to get the avocado pit off
that
the knife.
sounds
What a
awful.
punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
his girlfriend making guacamole while we're doing DMT in the other room.
Yeah.
the hell.
And that's what made me feel like, ooh, this has a real train spotty vibe to it. Not a fan. Not really a fan of this.
When I think about psychedelics, I think of like the ancient ritual, like ceremonial thing. Less of, I want to see funny shit.
Yeah, and I was trying to go for that ancient ritual, spiritual awakening, and all I was getting was like, oh, shit swirls when I close my eyes. Cool.
Now, Toker, I don't know if you told it on this podcast. Don't you have a funny mushroom story?
Oh God, that's right. Yeah, that was the first time I did mushrooms by accident.
By accident?
Yeah.
Just the first time by accident.
Yeah, the first time was accidental. Every time after that was fun. I was working on Lake Murray with a buddy. We were still in high school. Why are you giving me the finger?
because it's fun.
Should I wait for him to come back, or?
I don't know if that's a keep going.
I don't know either.
Did he take
He
his
just
gun?
disappeared into the void of his room.
Maybe some food showed up. I don't know. That seems to be the only time he has to get up and leave.
Oh, that was the DoorDash part of the DoorDash. Here he comes.
Was it
He didn't take a
DoorDash?
gun, so it couldn't be DoorDash.
Dude.
Was it DoorDash?
AC was running.
Oh,
Oh,
we were
couldn't hear.
talking about why you left the whole time instead of telling my story. So.
Continue.
And so anyway, the first time I did mushrooms.
I can actually I can put things in reverse, Toker, if you ask me to. I have the ability.
It's better when I do it. That way the system doesn't have to work too hard.
I'm gonna play that in reverse and see what it comes out to.
wow, wow, ow,
I'm
ow, ow.
curious to what that would be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So yeah, me and my buddy, we worked together, and it was on the lake, and his house was on the lake. So sometimes instead of driving to work, we took the boat. And if it was not a school night, we get done work and we would boat back to his house and drink Everclear and whatever we could find to mix with it, because we were 16, 17, and we just wanted to get fucked up and watch Toonami on a Friday night. We were wild and crazy, smoking the reefers and watching cartoons, worshiping the
Kind of
devil.
the same thing we
It's a
still
good
do.
life.
Yeah,
good
this is
life.
basically nothing's changed in almost 40 years. So
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't
Yeah.
fix it.
So he normally had a fridge outside that he kept things in to mix the Everclear with, and on this particular Friday night, it was empty, and he'd forgotten to buy more, Gatorade or ginger ale or whatever we could find to mix with it. So he went into the house and came back outside with a big pitcher of tea, and we drank Everclear and tea for, 20, 30 minutes before his mom came outside, and she was like one of the sweetest ladies I knew, and she was fucking pissed. One of those where, like, she didn't even want to talk to her son in front of me. She made him come inside.
Oh no.
So I'm outside smoking, and I'm starting to feel fucking great. I'm a little concerned about Kyle, but not really. Whatever.
Yeah, Kyle's fine.
And then
Fuck Kyle.
he came back outside and sat down, and he goes, "So." He was the first person to ever sell me weed, and he goes, "I'm pretty sure you've not done mushrooms before, right?" And I went, "No, I've never done mushrooms before." And he went, "Wrong." We just drank half a pitcher of shroom tea mixed with Everclear, because that was for my mom's camping trip this weekend, and that's why she's angry. So you're staying here tonight. I ended up having a lovely time. It wasn't anything crazy. We went out and sat on the dock, and I saw fish that weren't there, and he joked about how he was playing ping pong with like 2 grease spots on the wall at one point, and that's an inside joke that you could only be funny for the people who were there when it happened.
If they were on mushrooms.
Like the way we laughed at him saying, "It's ping pong, but it's grease spots on the wall." You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but me and him could still giggle about that if we hadn't lost touch over the years, which is the sad end of that story.
Aww.
Get
Kyle,
on the
if you're
show.
listening, reach out.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah.
There's no way that there are multiple Kyles that have that exact same mushroom tea Everclear story.
The grease spots are the unique part of that story.
Grease spot is the linchpin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A guy named Kyle doing mushroom tea doesn't sound surprising.
No, it's not. Accidentally drinking mom's shroom tea and being named Kyle is probably a story told by thousands.
Yeah.
Probably.
Lord. So Toker, it's that time. You've watched it.
Yeah, let's talk.
Have we all watched it?
I have not.
Ah!
Damn it, Frakes.
I was actually about to watch the Red Letter Media discussion on it, and I was like, wait, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
See, I haven't watched it, but I don't care. I'm gonna watch it anyway, no matter the outcome.
I
I don't know if I am.
All right, Frakes, take your headphones off. Toker, we'll give you
No.
we'll give you the thumb back. We'll give you the thumbs up, Frakes, when it's time.
I'll listen. I don't care about spoilers.
I would. If you don't care about spoilers, then this has been a good 2 minutes of us talking about how this is about to be spoilers.
Yeah, so this is fucking new movie because this is coming out this week.
Yeah, it came out.
No, this episode's coming out this Thursday.
Right. But
Yeah.
so not even a full week since, or exactly a full week since the movie released will be. You can hear about it on the show.
Heads up, this is a spoiler. We're spoiling
Godzilla versus
nobody.
King Kong.
If you're still with us and you've watched the trailer for Godzilla vs. King Kong, then you don't care about spoilers already, so you might as well just keep listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, Godzilla won, so that's, I was right.
Of course he did. He's a
No.
radioactive fucking dinosaur. Of course King Kong won. I mean, Godzilla won.
I mean, tell me how King Kong won that, Matt. Go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, he saved him, right? I mean, he
That's not the two of them fighting each other.
that was a
When
draw.
the two of them fought each other. Who won?
Okay,
Admit
yeah,
it.
Kong submitted. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
That
it's
time.
a radioactive fucking dinosaur.
But monkey.
Yeah.
Hey, I like some of those. I like some of those lower hand uppercuts though. There was some good punches
Did he
in
do
there.
it? Did he do the lower?
There's some good.
Yeah,
body?
I feel like King Kong was just a pro wrestler in disguise because he very much fought like one.
The flying
There's a lot
elbow,
of elbow drops and
Kong elbow,
tackles.
that
Really?
backhand.
No, it's a phenomenal. It's each one gets dumber than the next one, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a series that's been around since the 1950s.
Well, yeah, you do own Jaguar.
Right. It was fun. It was entertaining. I was going to go see it again. I saw it on HBO. I was going to go see it again yesterday, but then I realized how much the seats at the theater here in town aren't great. And there's an opportunity to go see it Thursday on IMAX. So I'm going to wait and go
nice.
see it Thursday on the biggest screen you can because it's a perfect theater experience.
It
It's
looked
huge,
like
it's
it.
bright, it's colorful, there's explosions, and it's a lot of fun.
And
That's
the
actually-
little pathway things, that would be cool to see on that IMAX too, where they're
Yeah.
going through the tunnels. That would be awesome.
And what's really cool with the VR is I have a thing that's a virtual desktop, and it puts me pretty much in a home theater or a regular theater, which is really great for watching movies.
Did you
Oh, I
watch
imagine.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I imagine how great having the screen right here in front of your eyes would be.
Now, don't get me wrong, the picture quality isn't, I mean, it is a screen in front of your eyes. It's not the most,
Yeah,
crystal clear. But, I mean, fucking who cares? I'm in my own theater. I could
Yeah.
whip my dick out in my own theater and not get in trouble.
I mean,
Suck
you
my
can do
dick,
that in
Pee-wee
the Walter.
Herman.
You can do that in the Walter Bell Theater too.
Well, that's
Because there's
that's a family establishment now. So
I
calm
might
your
have
roll.
had my dick out in that theater before.
Yeah,
What's
but-
statute limitations on a movie theater blowjob?
I don't know.
None if it's consenting adults. Oh wait, no, public indecency. 7 years.
Yeah, I'm good.
7 years. Yeah, I don't know if I would take legal advice from Frakes, but you might want to go.
I'm not a
that.
doctor. Frakes, you're not a lawyer?
No, I am not a lawyer.
With that mustache.
What? You're not a
You look more like a state trooper.
Yeah.
State troopers don't actually know the laws they enforce.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but I'll be nice to him.
Shut up, Toker.
Oh, going back to Godzilla King Kong. I really enjoyed it. I thought it lacked a really good villain, even though Mechagodzilla was really cool and everything. But I don't know. So much of the movie was like Kong and Godzilla that they didn't really set him up very well in my mind. But
So there was Mechagodzilla?
yeah,
Yeah.
Coker, you were correct. You knew.
I was wrong about how the Mechagodzilla would show up. I thought it was going to be Godzilla. It was going to look like Godzilla, but underneath was a robot. And they had
Nice.
grown like the Ghidorah over a robot body to make. That's what I thought was going to happen. So the first few times I see Godzilla, I'm like, I don't think that's Godzilla. So I was wrong about that. But yeah, the Mechagodzilla showed up at the end, and it was cool.
Wait, so you were expecting like a Terminator Godzilla where he's wearing a skin suit over it?
That's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah.
That'd been
Okay.
cool still.
That would have been cool. I would love to see Terminator Godzilla.
Yeah.
Would have been better, I think. Me, if I'd written how the Mechagodzilla showed up. Because you could have all the classic Godzilla versus King Kong where Godzilla wins a few times. But when Kong wins, you find out it's not actually Godzilla.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be cool.
That's how I thought they were going to play it.
That would have been dope.
And then
actually.
King Kong could have beat the shit out of Mechagodzilla, and then the next movie would have been like an actual Godzilla versus King Kong continued universe. But that's
Yeah, but you couldn't call it Godzilla versus King Kong if it wasn't actually Godzilla versus King Kong.
well, the Godzilla shows up at the end of that movie and actually helps save Kong from Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla.
Well, if you look really closely, if you like zoom in times 1,000, you'll see King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah,
It's a little
Gotcha,
Easter
the
egg
small
on the
print.
posters. Yeah.
The mecha is like an umlaut over the G.
I will say out of all of them, the King of Monsters I think is still my favorite.
Mine too. Yeah,
just
I
because
like that.
it hits all the nostalgia buttons for me. I get to see Rodan, I get to see Mothra, I get to see King Ghidorah. I wish I could have seen more from the monster universe, but I still think the best one is probably the first one. Like that is a really just good fucking Godzilla movie.
Of the like reboot.
Yeah. Out of the legendaries Godzilla stuff, I think
What was the first one?
the
Godzilla.
2014 where it was like they
Yeah.
advertised it as Bryan Cranston's going to be in it, but he died in like the first 10 minutes. But like if you feel
Don't
like
you only see
Godzilla's
Godzilla?
real.
But don't you only see him for like 10, 15 seconds at a time?
He's in the movie a total of like 12 minutes.
That's it.
So an average Godzilla movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But that
I
first
don't
one
know.
felt very true to like the old like 1950s, the early era Godzillas before they got like super crazy and zany, which I love those too. And when you watch the Red Letter Media, they say a lot of the same shit I'm saying, so don't think that I stole it from them. But that's that's how I feel.
They stole it from us.
It's a grounded Godzilla movie. Like they're fighting Godzilla with like actual tanks, and the fight scenes are brief, but like they all take the perspective of somebody who's like on the street or in a plane. So it feels like Godzilla's really a part of the world. Where in this newest one, dude, it's just fucking bright colors, and they're murdering millions when they fight each other. It's gorgeous to watch, but it's not as serious, and that's fine too.
Yeah,
See,
definitely
I think
rest
a
in
lot
peace
of-
Hong Kong for that movie. Good
You're
lord,
right.
that fucking city is done.
I mean, King Kong goes to the middle of the earth and flies. It goes very far out there. It's fucking weird.
I thought
I love
that was cool. I thought the
Yeah.
world or whatever was that was a great thing.
That needs to be the advertisement of the movie. King Kong versus Godzilla. King Kong goes to the center of the earth and flies.
Yeah,
And shit.
yeah,
Hey.
flies
Oh,
and
does
shit.
Does
And
he
then
ever
he throws his boo-boos at people.
Does he throw a shit in that movie?
No, that would have been cool though.
Oh, I'm upset they didn't do that because that's what gorillas do. They just throw their shit at people.
Just wreck a 4-story building with a pile of shit.
But they gave King Kong like a lot of personality.
Yeah.
And King Kong was done. I thought Skull Island was fucking great.
Skull
And-
Island was a great movie.
If you're more of a Kong fan, they don't do Kong wrong in this movie. He's still is very entertaining.
I thought
No
they
matter who
did
you're pulling for.
a really good job of. I mean, really, by about halfway through the movie, I was like, I didn't want either one of them to lose. I really was, before even Mechagodzilla showed up, you were really liking Kong and Godzilla and just the whole thing. And
Well, that
I
means
liked
they
it.
did it right then.
Yep.
Because they
They
You're
do
do.
it
supposed to
right.
root
I
for
thought it was
both.
good. There's some
Yeah, I
other-
mean, even though Godzilla is kind of the bad guy, I guess, in this movie, because he's the one showing up and destroying stuff, and they can't figure out why. And then there's that whole subplot for that, which the subplots in this movie are really weak. But
yeah.
It's Godzilla.
it's Godzilla, The fact that it
can't-
was so crazy and weird makes me not care,
Yeah,
It was
can't
it's a
expect,
fun
like-
movie, and everybody should go see it because it's very entertaining. King of the Monsters still my favorite, but the first Godzilla movie in this reboot's good too. But I really like King of the Monsters a lot. It's just
King of the Monsters has all the monsters in our life, but the fight scenes in this newest movie are just awesome.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the best fight scenes are in this movie.
So, would you recommend if I have the opportunity to go see it in a theater?
Yeah.
With a bucket of popcorn in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
All right.
It's
I might
definitely a
have to do
theater
that this
movie.
weekend.
Yeah, I believe that.
Now, to
Toker-
switch gears a little bit, I went and saw Nobody in the theater, too.
What is
The
that?
Bob Odenkirk mixed with, like, John Wick. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about, do
No,
you?
I've never
No,
heard of it
that.
until you mentioned it.
It's
Are
called
you-
Nobody. It stars Bob Odenkirk or
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Oh, that's
or,
right. You did mention that.
Mr. Show, if you want to go back further. And he's been in a bunch of other stuff too. I really like Bob Odenkirk. But besides that, it's basically an action movie starring him, and he's like normally a funny guy. It's phenomenal.
Huh.
It's a really good action movie.
Would you suggest I watch that over Godzilla versus
No,
King
because
Kong
Godzilla's really good for a theater. You can watch nobody at the house.
whenever it comes out?
Yeah. Go see both, man. What else are you doing?
Actually, I'm looking at images for the movie. The way they portray him, he looks like an action star.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looks
it
like
looks
a
great.
badass.
They tend to do that.
Just I don't want to spoil it for you because I know most of you didn't hear about it until just now. But you take John Wick, which I think John Wick's like some of the best action movies to come out in forever.
I need to watch those too.
And John Wick, you haven't seen John
You
Wick?
haven't seen any of the
I haven't
John
seen any of
Wicks?
them.
They're so
Oh my
good.
They're
god!
good.
I know they're good. I just need to get around to it. I'm lazy.
Not only are they really good, but there's an emotional depth to them. Yeah,
In the
but
first
there's
one.
also in the first one, yeah, there's emotional depth, and there's like this unspoken subtext of a bigger universe.
Don't.
You go spoil it.
That's a big thing. Don't spoil that for him. I know
I
he
don't know
doesn't
if
care
he's
about
gonna
spoilers, but come on.
The only thing I do know about John Wick is there's a scene in a bank I think, and it's all one continuous shot. And I saw the behind the scenes of the rig they did for that. I love that shit.
The action in the John Wick movies is
I believe
Beautiful.
it. I need to see it.
Perfect.
but
It's
the
so
character
good.
of John Wick, he's very morose and he's not very excited to do the killing that he's about to do, but he's just got to get it done. Bob Odenkirk's character, on the other hand, he is very thrilled to be involved in all this John Wick style action, and Christopher Lloyd's in it.
Oh, Doc Brown? For
Doc
real?
Brown. That's the first time I've seen him in a movie since
Yeah.
basically Back to the Future. So
It's
Has
been
he
a while.
been in anything aside from Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, I forgot that was him.
maybe as a guest appearance as the dude from Back to the Future in other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it seems like he's been in some other stuff, but not much. But he's got to be old as hell, right?
Yeah, he is very old. He's Bob Odenkirk's father in this movie.
Ah,
He was in A Million Ways to Die in the West.
That's right. Mahogany told me that the other day. I forgot.
I'm sorry. Well, that gives me an idea for an action movie. The whole kind of John Wick thing, but it's a normal guy who somehow gets all these like abilities to do all this, and he's really excited about it. So he's like in a fight scene, he's like, "Oh my god, I can do all this shit!"
Shazam.
That's in
Yeah, Shazam. Essentially that.
yeah, Shazam or American Ultra with the
that.
Zombieland kid.
Oh,
Haven't seen that.
It's a fun 90-minute like stoner comedy where the stoner has actually been brainwashed by the CIA to be a Manchurian candidate.
What was the name of the movie that had Daniel Radcliffe in it, and he's got the guns nailed to his hands, and he's running around in bear claws?
Guns Akimbo.
Guns Akimbo.
That shit is fun.
Can we applaud Daniel Radcliffe from going from a dude who is known as Harry Potter to being able to do all these other fantastic roles that nobody else would take? Swiss
Dude.
Army Man, fucking.
That was a great
Man.
movie.
I judge
Horns.
people on whether or not they can sit and watch Swiss Army Man with me, and if afterwards they hate it, then I know that we can't hang out.
Okay.
I didn't finish it. I get why people like it. I get it's a funny movie. I just got
Oh,
bored.
I watched that with my wife, and at the end of it, she was just like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
I loved it.
The fart, was you said the subtitles and it has like something fart.
Yeah, long squishy fart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uplifting, loud, raucous farting.
it was a lot of there's a lot of gas in that movie from the corpse.
And boners.
And magical boners. Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe is a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
He did a live show of Equine,
Equine. That's the word. That's the play I was thinking of.
where the dude, they never say it outright, but that dude fucks a horse.
Well, I'm sure he did. I'm
Yeah.
sure he did, but he was obsessed with their eyes. So he would put their eyes out with knitting needles.
It's a fucked up
What
play.
the hell?
And
It is a fucked up play.
He also
and
does-
Daniel Radcliffe nails it.
He also did full frontal nudity in that play.
Yeah, he hang brain.
I remember that. Yeah,
Buck ass naked.
I remember hearing about that.
What are y'all's favorite movies?
Oh shit!
Like, if you had to pick a movie just to recommend to someone.
Right off the top of my head, Snatch.
Not a
I mean, it's a
porn.
classic.
Snatch. Yeah, that's a good
What is
one.
Snatch?
Yeah, not a porn. It's a UK gangster flick.
Huh, that sounds fun.
That's got
Brad Pitt plays a pikey bare knuckle boxer.
Yeah, that's good. Is Jason
I
Statham
think it
in that
was
one?
Jason Statham's like first or second movie
Yeah,
that he headlined.
those are great. I
Bullet
like
Tooth
all that
Tony.
director's movies.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie, because he had like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels or something.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Snatch.
Rock and
He
Roller.
did the Rock and Roll is also a really good one if you want to watch a movie about a crackhead musical artist.
It's all that same
Walk Hard, the
style.
Dewey Cox Story, one of the best comedies ever made.
Was that him?
No, I just
Oh.
was naming a movie.
But
Yeah.
if you want to make that movie much better, watch Walk the Line, the was it the documentary about Johnny Cash first?
Yeah.
Because that joke where he's just ripping off
Ripping
the
sakes
six,
out the wall.
that's from Walk the Line.
Yeah. I love that movie, though. I've watched Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story a lot. That's probably my number one favorite comedy.
I bet you're. If I can guess this right, Toker, your probably favorite gore or horror movie, The Thing.
Yeah, no, I've watched The Thing a lot.
My first time watching it was in theater with you guys.
Yeah,
That was
no, that's
awesome.
Oh my
it's a
God,
cool
what
way
a
to see that movie
treat.
for the first time.
Yeah.
That's a good
No,
movie.
you
Recently,
guys-
though, a movie that you can watch on Netflix, Mr. Fantastic, starring old Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
I'm bad with last names, but it's a great, like, it's a movie that tells a really good story.
Dude, he's been in some really good movies aside from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Eastern Promises, where he plays a Russian mafioso.
Oh,
Dope.
that's a good
I
movie.
was trying to figure out that movie the other day. What's it called?
Eastern Promises.
Cool.
That's
Where
good.
he
That
bumps into a
freaking-
guy and he,
The bath scene, that where they
Yeah.
the knife fight in the bath. Ah,
just two dudes fighting naked. It's uncomfortable.
it's a
but
very
at the same time, you're like,
realistic.
respect.
Probably one of the most realistic knife fights I've seen in a movie. It's
It's
brutal.
almost as good as the backstreet brawl between Roddy Piper and not Louis Gossett Jr. in They Live.
They Live, yeah. Where are the glasses?
It's that level of realism.
That's a
Also,
good one.
Viggo Mortensen movie The Road. You will not feel good watching that movie.
No,
but it'll
that movie made me
stick
feel
with
bad.
you. Yeah, you're supposed to.
Not as bad as
You're
what
so-
the Requiem. Not as bad as the Requiem movie, but the road.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the Requiem.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's rough.
But
Give us a movie, Matt.
yeah, it's hard. I don't. It's hard. It's
Yeah,
really hard for
recommend
me
us
to
a movie.
pick. But you gotta laugh at this.
Mhm.
Stardust is probably like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Is that the one where Robert De Niro dresses in drag?
Yeah, he's a pirate captain, and that's I love that movie. It's got Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Oh.
And I'm trying to think what
She's
that guy's name
She's
is.
the bad chick, right?
Yeah, she's one of the witches. Yeah, but that's a great movie, and I'm trying to think of that other one's called.
I don't want to switch
Parnassus.
gears on you while you're thinking there, Matt. But
Yeah,
your mention of people thinking you're weird reminded me that Homebrew Detritus is on TikTok now.
yeah.
Is it?
It is. We've got some TikTok videos up, and I went on there and looked, and we had some new followers, and one of them is Matt. And I clicked on Matt's profile, and it said that Matt was following two people. Matt was following Homebrew Detritus and Ariana Grande, and that is it.
That's true.
That sounds right.
I
God,
just,
that tickled the shit out of me.
I just,
Man
I'm
knows
like,
what he likes and he sticks with it.
right? Yeah, I made an account so I could follow the show, and I thought, and then I followed Ariana, and I was like, that's really That's enough.
That's it
That's
for
all I
me.
need.
Maybe I'll get on there and find some other things. But
He
that's
gets on there and he just hits the following page, and it's just R5 videos and however many she has up, and he just watches them over and over and over.
Yeah. I honestly haven't been back on there since I made that account, but because I've already got her. I've already on her Instagram and everything else, so it's just one more thing.
What's your one movie recommendation, Toker?
Oh, I said it. It was Wildcard: The Dewey Cox Story. That's if I had to pick one, it's just a delightful movie. Unfortunately, if you've never seen any of the movies they're picking on, it probably doesn't go over as well. But I don't really care.
No, it does.
I like it.
It does. I don't care. It is still a funny fucking movie. I watched it without watching movies.
That's good.
You done cut me in half with the machete, Dewey.
Yeah. You know who has hands? The devil, and he uses them for holding.
Because I love it. Because they have a young kid actor playing it, but once he's a teen, it's straight up 40-year-old fucking. What's his name?
It's just
Jonah Hill.
No. The main character, Dewey Cox. John
Dewey
C.
Cox.
Riley.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the ghost hand.
You
I
have
haven't seen
two
that in
John C.
forever. I
Rileys.
need to watch it. I hadn't watched
You
it
have
in
a little
forever.
kid, and then you have full-grown John C. Riley the rest of the movie. No explanation. He's in high school with these 15-year-olds, and he's like 38.
I feel like Wildcard: The Dewey Cox Story is to me what Naked Gun was to my dad.
Yeah.
Like it's that same kind of like off the wall, goofy comedy.
And you never once paid for drugs.
Not
once.
I think my one movie recommendation would have to be Clockwork Orange.
Jesus.
I
It's a
Really?
love
good
that
movie.
movie.
It's not something I
But-
can watch over and over and over. But
I know I'm not gonna. This is like a once a year watch, but it's just the language, like the sets and all of that stuff. That's what really like gets me into it.
I mean, Kubrick is phenomenal. There is a reason that he got away with what he got away with on set because he is a fucking visionary genius when it comes to movies.
He ruined The Shining, but I mean the cinematography was nice.
Well, the screenwriter ruined The
Yeah.
Shining.
No, because actually the first time I watched A Clockwork Orange, I was probably about 10.
That's
Because-
your parents' fault.
No, it's not their
That's a
fault.
failing on their
It's
part.
not because we had a big thing of DVDs. Like
She
you know,
listens to the show, Frakes. Calm down.
Noob's mom,
it's your
what
fault.
were you thinking? This
Well,
is what
she didn't-
happens.
She didn't
This
know.
is what happens.
She didn't know because we had a big thing of DVDs. I'm guessing when my mom cleaned home, she would take a DVD from each house she cleaned. That's the best way to build a DVD collection. Take
It
one.
really is. I've
But,
got
never
stolen
noticed
DVDs still.
one.
I get it.
But I was like, I don't know, 13 looking for titties to, do what every 13-year-old does. Little did I know it was rape titties, and I was not prepared for that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But it is
The
a
only
fantastic movie. Make sure you're like over 18 though.
Yeah. It's a good
Or
movie.
just old enough to handle it. You gotta be
Also,
18.
There's a lot
can
in that
I
movie.
can I add a movie that I think everyone should watch? The original Seven Samurai by
Weeb.
Akira Kurosawa.
Weeb.
No, it's classic fucking cinema, man. It is the origin of the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, you're going into the Turner Classic. What do they call them now? The Criterion Collection.
Criterion Collection. Yeah. I remember I used to go walk to the Blockbuster that was about 4 miles away from my house. Because, it was either that or take the bus one stop. So I walked down to the Blockbuster on a Friday night. I would rent Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, Yojimbo, which is also a phenomenal movie
I've seen
about
that.
a samurai who brings back a gun from America. And that's the plot.
That's a great plot. I can
It's-
see him standing in a field and he just shoots his ass.
Well, it's basically for a few dollars more, the Clint Eastwood movie, but it's samurai.
A Fistful of Dollars.
Well, no, a few dollars more. Not a fistful of
I was
dollars
just
where
he
he's...
has a bunch of his movie titles have to deal with money. I think.
Yeah. Well, it's the specific one where he's playing two different outlaw families against each other,
Mhm.
which is also the plot for Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis. Same exact plot. It's a
That
great
was a
story.
good movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
just
good,
enough
actually.
plot to have Bruce Willis go through and shoot everybody with twin 45s.
Nice. My other favorite movie is probably Evil Dead 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's hard to pick a favorite when you just go pick a favorite, but if you say pick a genre, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story is probably my number one comedy. I think Tenacious D's first music album is the best comedy. Not the movie. Their first album is one of the best comedies ever written. But then you go horror, and it's like, The Thing for me. Or then you go like drama. I don't know. Drama's stupid.
This is the podcast for the boys.
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you 50 First Dates. That's your first drama. Next movie.
50 First States. No.
No, that's not a drama. That's a rom-com.
That's a fucking tragedy is what that is. That is a horror movie.
It
where
is.
You
really.
wake up every day not like... Imagine you fall asleep one day and you wake up on a boat with a kid with Adam Sandler. That's a horror movie.
Yeah. It's kind. I guess that's
true.
more of I don't know, like a comedy drama. I don't know.
That was not a comedy. That movie was like...
Well, I mean, Adam Sandler's
That's
in it.
sad.
There was a lot of funny parts, but it's my wife loved that movie, but I'm just like, this is awful.
Adam Sandler comedy is like not comedy.
It's
as
its
far
own
as I'm
genre.
concerned. It's its own thing of not even absurdity. It's like
It depends on what
Here's-
movie. Big Daddy is a good comedy movie with Adam Sandler in it.
Little
yeah,
Nicky.
that's one of the lower end of his like outrageousness.
Yeah.
Like it's not Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore wasn't
Which
really
are
that
basically the
outrageous.
same movie. They were all doing that. Sorry,
No.
Matt.
But you know what's really nuts is he rakes in money, not from America, but overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm talking stupid amounts.
Matt, what's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
I'm not really a big fan of his. I never have been. I've watched some of them. Happy Gilmore was funny. I like that one. Billy Madison was all right, but I don't know. I got turned off on his form of comedy pretty early on, and pretty much
Same.
skipped a lot of his movies I haven't seen. So, but it's not. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, they're fine movies and everything. The ones I've seen, like say Happy Gilmore, I thought was really funny. It was good, but it was just.
I mean, I kind of liked Hotel Transylvania.
I didn't
The
see
first one's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
got a message,
Yeah.
What's the
Message.
and that message is, don't fuck until you fall into some semblance of almost love.
What's the one that he's in that he's like the son of the devil or something?
Little
Little
Nicky.
Nicky.
Little
Nicky.
Nicky. That one I thought was pretty funny.
I rewatched that, I don't know, 2 months ago. Still, great movie.
Yeah, it's very over the top, but it's
Yeah.
fun over the top.
Well, I mean, you think
And Debo's in it.
going into that thoughts like, the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. That's one of my other top 5 probably all time.
I don't know that one.
That's where a dude makes a deal with the devil to live. I think it's like 1,000 years or something like that. But he has to give him his. If he ever has a daughter, he has to give him his daughter when she's turned 16. That's kind of the premise that it's set in. But it's all these. It's weird. It's way out there. But they have this cart that they drive around. It's like a gypsy cart or whatever. But there's another dimension inside of it. It's good. But it's weird as shit. But it's good.
That made me think of Dr. Sleep.
It's got Johnny Depp in it
Dr.
and Heath Ledger. Trying
Ooh.
to think who else.
One more movie I want to recommend. It's the animated movie that actually
Akira.
no, that's an anime. It's different
haven't
from
seen
Princess
animation.
Mononoke.
That's anime, not animation.
Not true. Those are not mutually exclusive.
There's a
Anime
difference.
is animation.
It is, but you Frakes of all people, you should admit there's a difference.
There is, yes.
But Road to El Dorado, Atlantis, and Treasure Planet were 3 animated movies that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah, all
and
Disney.
everybody no, not Disney. I think DreamWorks.
Atlantis was,
Atlantis-
and Treasure.
Atlantis was
No.
Disney.
Was it? I thought Road to El Dorado was Disney and
no.
Atlantis
Road to
was
El Dorado,
not.
I don't think was.
That's not Paramount. DreamWorks, I want to say.
None of them are Secret of NIMH, so you're wrong.
Secret of NIMH is awesome. I love that.
Now, Treasure Planet, I know for a fact, is not Disney.
No, that is DreamWorks as well. But
That is a dope movie.
All three of those are really good animated movies that did not get the credit they deserved at the time. So I would recommend those to anybody.
Atlantis is great. That's a great movie. Then there was like, I don't know, Disney made like 4 sequels to it, and there's a spin-off series probably. But I always thought Treasure Planet was, because I think Disney has the rights to Treasure Island or the film rights or something to it. But
it's not Treasure Island.
It's not
Planet.
Treasure
still
Island.
Based on...
That was probably their workaround, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's the parody of Treasure Island.
I bet they're getting paid.
Lion King is Hamlet. What was their King Lear analog? Where the king goes nuts. Shit, I'm drawing a blank.
So thanks for listening.
Yeah, we're at an hour. Matt, close out the show.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Don't forget to tune into our other shows. Catch us on YouTube, and throw us some money on Patreon if you get a chance. That'd be great.
If you want to throw us money with getting stuff, you can find our merch at redbubble.com.
Oh, yeah, some good t-shirts on there and stuff. New stickers. Oh, the new Bagsy art.
Stretch Rat.
Stretch Rat's up there, and Bagsy. I like Bagsy a lot, but I can't figure out how to get it on a t-shirt on there for some reason. I go on there, I look for it, and I can only get it like on a mug or a sticker. But anyway, check it out.
Buy it.
Good stuff. Good shirts.
Yeah, buy our stuff. We're worth it.
See you later.
Bitch. Night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
See you, bitches.
God, I hate recording with those guys. What the fuck was that? I thought I told you green bastards to get out of here. Well, I got something for you, little fuck. Yeah, that'll teach you. And don't you fucking come back neither. Oh, I need to stop recording.